Today we're going to talk about Unit 7, dealing with accidents and emergency. My name is Zhang Sifeng, and they are my team members, Cai Peiyun and Lu Haofeng. Okay, so first, I would like to introduce our outline. I'm in charge of conversation scenario 2 and activity 2. For Peiyun, she's in charge of listening practice and activity 2. For Haofeng, he's in charge of conversation scenario 2 and high and low context culture. After break time, there's common time, inside story, job assignments, reference, feedback, and also the best commenters. So let's get started with the first part. Haofeng and I will show you conversation scenario 2. Roger, I have to say yesterday's dinner was a big success. Our clients were all surprised to see their family showing up at the reward dinner. You and your team did a very good job. You handled that near fiasco pretty well too.
Thank you. I'm glad to know your site clients are happy with our arrangement. It's our responsibility to make sure everyone is smiling from beginning to the end.
Oh, I nearly forgot. One of the VIPs say she would love to stay for another couple of days with her family, so she hopes you can help her arrange local accommodations, rebook her return flight, and arrange a mini tour.
Sure. We do frequent business with the hotel, and I'm fairly certain that there are still vacancies for the next few days. We also cooperate with the number of local travel agents. They can customize a tour based on the guest needs.
Great. I suggest you talk to them about the further details. I will give you their contact information later.
However, there is a problem with regard to rebook the flights, since the tickets are non-changeable and non-refundable. I'm afraid they will have to purchase new tickets.
Again, I think you'd better talk to them, especially about the extra charge, because we can't be responsible for that either.
Actually, we have had a lot of experience deal with unexpected or sudden requests from the clients. You can count on us to deal with the matters.
Thanks a lot indeed for your help. One more thing, do the clients have to check out of the room by themselves?
That won't be necessary. Our assistants will help them check out. However, if there are additional charge, like beverage or laundry, it will be charged to their credit cards automatically.
Sure, that makes sense. They should be aware of that. Okay, this is the end of conversation scenario 2. The next part is listening practice. And then I would like to give the floor to Pei.
Hello everyone, my name is Pei. I'm in charge of listening practice. So please turn to page 51. In page 51, I will play the recording to you. And after that, I will ask 3 different true and false questions about listening. So please pay attention and listen carefully.
Listening practice.
Listen to the following conversation. If the statement is true, please write T. If false, write F.
Dealing with problems. Excuse me, Mr. Goodman. The awards dinner will begin soon, but one of the VIP's families still hasn't arrived yet. Do you know if there's a problem?
Really? Let me reconfirm. 1 minute later. Ms. Westfield, after contacting my company headquarters in Taiwan, I was informed that Mrs. Wang, the wife of a VIP, cannot show up at the dinner tonight. On her way to the Kaohsiung airport this morning, she discovered that her passport is already expired, and it's too late to apply for a new one for her. So, she is unable to travel outside of Taiwan.
How come? This is ridiculous. Didn't your colleagues check the family members' passports in advance? And why have you only been informed about this right now? Your company should have been in touch with you as soon as they discovered there was a problem. This should not have happened with an experienced and professional travel company like First Incentive Travel.
We're terribly sorry. Now we're trying to see what we can do to make the best of this less than ideal situation. My colleague just phoned and told me that Mr. Wang's two little children are already on their way to Hong Kong, having taken the earliest available flight. I can't guarantee that they will arrive before the awards dinner begins, but they should be able to catch it before it ends, hopefully.
Are you sure? Their kids are just 8 and 10 years old. How can they travel alone from Kaohsiung to Hong Kong and to the hotel?
Don't worry. We made arrangements with the airline company, saying there would be 2 unaccompanied minors traveling alone. The airline has handled cases like this numerous times, and will be responsible for taking care of them from check-in till arrival. Then, one of our project assistants will pick them up at the airport.
Well, all I can say is that it better work out the way you've just put it. I'm already disappointed with how matters have unfolded so far, and would hate to see things deteriorate further.
I do apologize again. We understand it's our mistake. I promise this won't happen again, and that everything will go well at tonight's dinner party. Please let me know if we can do anything else to remedy this situation. 1.
Okay, so this is the end of our listening, and there are some sentences on the PowerPoint. If you think the narrative is true or false, please raise your hand to answer the question. So the question number 1 is Miss Wang missed her flight to Hong Kong because she didn't have a valid visa. Does anyone know it's true or false? Yes.
False.
Yes, correct. And the correction is that her passport has expired, so that she couldn't take the flight to Hong Kong. And the question number 2 is that Sarah was unhappy with the follow-up arrangement that first incentive travel met. Does anyone know it's true or false? Yes.
False.
Yes, correct. And the correction is she just wished the follow-up arrangement can work out. And the last question is Roger attributed the mistakes to his colleagues' fault. Does anyone know it's true or false?
False.
Yes, correct. So the correction is that Roger just kept apologizing to Sarah, but he didn't attribute the mistakes to his colleagues' fault. So this is the end of our listening questions. Next, Sifang and I will demo a conversation in activity 2. So in this conversation, we will show a situation that the client let me go to the reception to ask on-site manager like Sifang for help. So let's see what kind of the problems happen.
Hello, madam. How may I help you?
My husband feel very uncomfortable since last night after dining in the hotel restaurant.
I'm sorry to hear that. How is he now? What kind of help does he need?
He said he would like to fly back to Taiwan immediately and hope you can arrange the next available flight for him.
I'm afraid that all the flights are not available right now because of the tourist peak season.
Then what should we do? My husband's condition isn't very well.
I suggest that we should take your husband to the hospital first. If his condition gets better soon, we will arrange the earliest flight next morning for you, and we will compensate all your loss during this period.
What if my husband doesn't feel better?
Well, if his condition doesn't become better, we hope that he could stay in the hospital until all the problems are solved. On the other hand, we will compensate all your loss and arrange a new flight to Taiwan for you.
Okay, I understand. Thank you very much. So this is the end of our activity 2. And next I will give the floor to Hao Feng. He will introduce our high and low context culture.
Hello everyone, I'm Hao Feng. Let's talk about the high and low context culture. In high and low context culture, we choose 2 car commercials as the examples. One is the Mitsubishi. We choose 2 commercials. They are both cars commercials, so we can see what's the difference with the high and low contact. And the first commercial is Mitsubishi's Outlander's car commercial. It stands for the high context culture. And another one is the Mercedes-Benz car commercial. It stands for the low context cultures. Okay, so let's see the first videos.
在爸爸的眼里，孩子的世界充满危险，所以 Outlander 全新搭载 eAssist 智能安全系统，和你一起做家人的守护者，安心首选 Outlander。
After watching the high contact cultures commercial, let's see the Mercedes-Benz commercial.
Aggressive new styling, a more fuel-efficient turbocharged engine, and a completely redesigned interior. The new C-Class. It's amazing. Inside and out.
Okay, after finish the two commercials, did you see that any difference with two commercials? I analyzed the two main points about these commercials. One is high context cultures. Their commercials are more indirectly and more collectivism. You can see the collectivism inside. And also the low context cultures commercial like the Mercedes-Benz, you can see it's more directly, it just shows the cars, and also you can see the individualism inside. So next, let me explain how indirectly, directly, or explain the collectivism and the individualism. First, now we separate the 5 pictures in the commercials from beginning to the end, so you can see like how different the two commercials are. First, we explain the high context culture. In high context culture, from the beginning to the end. From the beginning, they use the home and children for start, and also they tell us how big space that can be for the family, and also they show us the family inside the commercial. At the end of the commercial, they tell us how good is the cars. So their slogan is like 和你一起做家人的守护者. The main point is 家人. And in the low context culture, also in the high context culture, you can see it's more indirectly because they tell us the family first, and at the end they shows their main points, the cars. In the low context cultures, you can see from the beginning to the end, they just show us the cars, how the cars is good, and also there is only one driver inside the commercials. So their slogan will be 梦想现实成真. It's just for their own dreams. And in individualism, you can see there is only one person in the commercials, and in the low contact culture countries, they are buying cars like more for themselves. So you can see there's only one people in the commercials. And for the collectivism in the high contact cultures, you can see like our fathers or our parents, they always buy the cars for like families, for everyone. So every time in Asia's commercial, you can see there's many people and many families go out with the big cars. So that's the difference from the high context culture country and the low context cultures countries commercial. Okay, so let's go.